What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video, we're finally breaking down with a full review to talk about Lattafa Atlas, an absolutely monstrosity performer when it comes to saltwater, marine, aquatic fragrances. It gets a lot of love. It's a great bargain pickup. It's serious bang for your buck. So let's get into it. So real quickly, we might as well take a quick look at the bottle. You can see it's a very thick based glass, hefty stuff. It's like a freaking weapon. There's a sticker with some information on the bottom. It's an eau de parfum, but it's a crazy performer. It's got this interesting, like, I feel like if I wiggle this enough, it'll break off. It's like metal with a little bit of like plastic. It says Atlas, but the cap's actually really nice. It has Lattafa's logo engraved. Holds really well in the place, even though it doesn't click. But this is a heavy, like one of the heaviest caps I've come across for its size. It's actually very well done. And then you do get a pretty good atomizer. Let's talk about this scent. So when this opens up, you gotta like salty. It's a heavily salty marine fragrance. You're gonna get a lot of oak moss, earthy green, fresh spicy tones. It's soapy, like the iris doesn't jump out in this fragrance. If anything, it adds a little bit of this like soapy floral tone. Not really all that powdery of a fragrance, but it is extremely salty. I can't stress salty enough. One of the saltiest fragrances I've ever smelled. It does smell very similar to Megamare. I would not call it one-to-one with Orto Parisi Megamare, but you can tell they were walking that path. This is definitely inspired by, more so than anything else. It's a very thick, rich, robust type of saltwater aquatic fragrance. And I've had people comment when I've worn it, stating that they mainly get oak moss. They don't really get a lot of salt, which is mind-blowing, like a complete mind fuck to me. Sorry for the F-bomb. It just is, because I don't know how, there's no way I'm the only one that gets crazy saltiness with this. Parfumo lists salt, and there's also a synthetic ambergris in here. It could be a combination of both. There's a synthetic marine notes accord that typically is a saltwater accord, so it's a skin chemistry thing, or maybe your olfactive system doesn't really pick up salty notes, sir, whomever you are. If you happen to see this, it was one person in particular. I don't know if they were trolling and joking or what, because it's like I just can't imagine someone not getting salt out of this. So the moral of this story, the reason for the salt rant, is know what you're getting into. If you don't like stuff like that, this is going to be something you're going to hate, because it's extremely salty, like dehydrates you type of salty. It's crazy. Like but if you do appreciate stuff like that, or say you've tried Megamare and you love a more affordable option, this might be the way to look. It's right around 30 bucks. I forgot exactly what I paid from Fragrance Buy. I'll have it linked below. I'm not sure if it's in stock currently. I didn't check before recording, shame on me. But it's really that simple. Heavily salty marine aquatic, a little bit of a soapy floral tone, a somewhat fresh spicy green feel from a nice hit of oak moss as it dries, a little bit of earthiness, but overall, like I said, being in the Gulf of Mexico type of saltwater feel. If you like that kind of stuff, you'll like this. Now, this is where it gets interesting. The first time I wore this, I sprayed 6 sprays. It was way too much. Way too much. I have since dialed it back to 3. It's still crazy strong. Longevity here, 12 plus hours. We're going to go with 8 plus on screen, because that's typically what I do now. Projection, 2 to 3 hours, heavy. Sillage, heavy. This is nuclear. This is crazy strong. Less is so much more with this fragrance. If you spray this heavy, it's probably going to be unbearable for you as the wearer, unless you go nose blind to it really quickly. Then everybody else around you has to suffer, just not you. Because if you're chasing compliments, which a lot of you are, I hope a lot of you aren't, but I know a lot of you are. If it's too much, it's too much. You're not going to get the, oh my God, you smell so good, all I can smell is you. It's going to be the opposite of, that's too strong. That's usually the comment you'll hear if it's too much for somebody. It's kind of too strong. Less is more with this one. People are going to smell you, even if you don't have favorable skin chemistry to this one. I can't imagine it being anything remotely close to a weak performer on somebody, even with the driest of dry skin, that needs serious hydration and vitamins and lotion and all that, I think it would still at minimum be an average performer for the driest of skin. So keep that in mind. Again, there's no guarantees. I can't guarantee what kind of performance you're going to get, but I can tell you based on my experience and feedback I've gotten from others, it's too much. It is. You have to spray accordingly, because overspraying this fragrance is a lot less sprays than you may think. Straight up monster. Final thoughts on Lattafa Atlas. This is one of their best releases if you're looking for an outright crazy performer and you like heavily salted aquatic marine fragrances. You don't mind a little bit of oak moss, that chypre feel, that earthy green spice tone. For what it is, it's actually like top tier kind of stuff. This is one of their best releases they've ever put out. It's, for what it is, if you like this profile, because that's the biggest thing, you gotta like really salty fragrances. At first, I thought it might be a little too much for me. I was thinking maybe a Chaos in the Ocean from Paris Corner, their take on the same profile, might be a little better for me, but this is actually comes across as a little bit better quality. It's a little bit deeper and richer smell, but this performance, it hikes up its overall score so much, guys. This is a 9.25 out of 10. It's outstanding. If you're looking for one of the strongest, longest lasting saltwater aquatic fragrances I think ever created, you're going to want to look into this. Well, that's my thoughts and feelings on Lattafa's Atlas. This stuff is crazy, guys. This bottle is going to last forever because it's a 3 sprayer. And that's it. I'll never do more than 3 sprays moving forward ever again, because it's that strong. It lasts that long. The sillage is that thick and robust. It trails that well. So keep that in mind. At least that's my experience. There's no guarantees you'll have the same experience, but based on my experience and feedback I've gotten from others, if it's weak on you, it's you. It ain't this. And until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback. Love hearing from you guys. How many of you tried this? What kind of performance do you get? Do you like it? Do you love it? Is it just too much for you and you just can't do it? I've seen some of those comments. I totally get it. It can be overwhelmingly strong, and when it's overwhelmingly strong, it's not enjoyable for anyone around you or for you. Now, if you go nose blind, it's not going to be a bad experience for you because you're not going to smell it. But if your nose doesn't fatigue too quickly and you spray this one heavy, it might be a bad ride for you. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on the Atlas from Lattafa and you give it a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.